Hey guys, it's Aqua's Yummy here, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to abuse dirty Camille players. If you guys didn't know, before I made Rengar in the jungle, I actually played him in the top lane back in like season 4 or 5. Now I really just play him whenever I'm autofilled and it's a good matchup. I managed to get to like high diamond just playing Rengar top, so I'm pretty solid at Rengar top and know the basic mechanics. It's actually extremely strong if you know how to play it and not die to ganks. This game, we go for a little invade in the beginning, and it turns out to be a really clown fiesta. I ignite the Bard early, just hoping that we'll get a kill, but the Bard just waddles away. And we actually do end up getting the first kill, but this is NA solo queue, so of course it's going to turn into more than that. My team decides to keep on fighting it even though I backed. And you know, my money's not on my team, because my team's always just a bunch of monkeys. Kai'Sa just flashes extremely late and just dies anyways. Who would have thought? Ooh, the Zed really just wanted to 1v4 there, and wow, Volley wanted to join the party. So it looks like we went from a 1 for 0 to a 3 for 0. So that's not really, I mean, a 3 for 1. It's not very good though. I probably should have pinged them back, but where's the fun in that? So it's just slightly unlucky. The Camille got 2 assists while I pretty much just blew my ignite for nothing. This lane's going off to a great start. As Rengar, you're going to want to constantly be getting ferocity in the so that your trades will be stronger. So you'll see that I queue one of these minions just to get that extra stack of ferocity. I actually should have just jumped and then queued another minion, but whatever. The Camille has to use your TP because she's really far from lane. And as Rengar, you're really only going to want to go in if you have 4 stacks or 5 stacks. So I do decide to go in. Camille, though, is an absolutely fair champion, though, and literally just shields all my damage. So I took a bad trade there, but it's actually not that bad for me because she doesn't have TP and I have Ignite, so I have more kill pressure than her. I get level 2 really quickly and I absolutely destroy her and try to heal up her damage, but Camille is a really fun champion, so she actually does end up winning that trade, but I have 2 potions to her 1, so it's not too bad. Here, with 4 stacks, you'll win every single fight, so you're just going to want to constantly be in the bushes looking for a kill. So once she gets a little close, then I'll go on her. Here, I know that she's super low, so I try a little flashy play. It's actually super unlucky. If I had Electrocute, she would have been dead there, but that's just a bit unlucky. She doesn't have TP, so I try to push it into the tower and maybe go for a potential dive, but that's really just unlucky. If I had my Ignite and didn't blow at level 1, I would have killed her as well. As Rengar, most of the time you're going to want to be taking Conquer just because it's just so good on Rengar. You can pretty much fully stack it immediately. I'm pretty sure Dekar goes Grass sometimes if the trades are really short, like maybe a ranged top laner, but I really prefer the Conquer into Camille because both of you guys really want long trades. Camille's do go for Grass just because Camille Grass is like ridiculously broken right now. Champion needs to be gutted again. I don't know why Riot just enjoys having all these broken champions always OP, like Jax and Riot. Actually, Ryze is in a good spot right now, but most of the time he's broken. This game's going to an okay start. The Camille lost a bunch of XP and CS because she had it back there, or I could have just dove her. So you're always just going to want to be in the bushes. You never really want to fight your opponent with 0 stacks by just jumping on them. So you want to jump to minions to get your stacks up real quick. There, it would have been good for me to fight her if the minion wave wasn't so big, but because it was, I back off for a bit. Yeah, so I just trade in the minions, just do a bit of damage, getting my 4 stack of ferocity. This volley really, that gank was just never going to work. It's like impossible to gank a Camille if she doesn't E forward, and she's not going to E forward against a Rengar who's just clapping her booty cheeks right now. So here I actually jump to the minion and then try to land an E on her, but that shield is just absolutely so big that I wasn't able to keep on going for that fight. Here I'm just trying to, you always want to play around your 4th ferocity stack whenever you play Rengar top. Here I get really unlucky. She just E's, and if that empowered E hits, I'm pretty sure I kill her there. It's just whatever though. So you just want to constantly be jumping to minions. If they're playing extremely safe, oh, I whiff a bit there, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, if they're playing extremely safe, you could just jump to the caster minions as a gap closer, then E, and then empowered E to try to kill them, but you can really just do whatever. Here, I ignite her early, so she actually does have to fight me, and then she just dies, because I'm pretty sure that shield is only for physical damage, so my W actually went through the shield to finish up the kill. Here, I only fight this Lilia because she wastes her Q here, and she's also level 4 to my 6. I'm actually super surprised she managed to win that there. Like, I know that I could have played that a little better. Instead of running to the river, I should have ran down and ulted, and I should have ulted earlier. But Lily's actually a really solid jungler. Like, I thought she was really troll before, and that she's super squishy, but lately, like, Lilia's just build jungle item into Deadman's Plate, and they're literally unkillable, because they're literally faster than Hecarim. Like, they're both half horse, yet Lily is like goes Mach 10 while Hecarim only goes Mach 5. It's absolutely ridiculous. You guys will see in this game. She literally just runs circles around me. So even though I died, I'm still way ahead of this Camille. I have so much XP and gold on her. So now that it's slow pushing to me, Lily could still be top. She could have taken the Krugs, and then she could just gank me through try. This is the most important part whenever you play top Rengar. The top Rengar by itself is extremely strong as a laner, but the only problem he has is he's really easily gankable because he always has to go all in with his leap, and then he has no other escape ability. So because Lilia may be top here, I actually play really passive, stay in the bush so that they don't see me. And then once I see Lilia appears bot lane, then I can start trading with this Camille. Camille is actually a really hard champion to trade with because of her really broken shield and E. So really, you're just going to want to be trying to heal up all her damage like E auto or a fully empowered Q. So you pretty much just go in whenever you have 4 stacks. You just start with empowered Q out of the bush, and then once you use your other abilities, you should be able to just win the fight because you get two empowered abilities for one fight. It's really oppressive. No champion can really do much to you. So after just killing her right in front of River Tower, I get a bunch of free plates. Pretty much I do the same trade every single time. Just start with empowered Q, then just do empowered E if she's running away, and I have a little more follow-up, like my other cooldowns are still up, and I W if all I want to do is run away, and I only empowered Q if it looks like she's going to continuously decide to fight me and not just run away, or if I can finish her off with an empowered Q. Now, another really strong thing about Rengar is he's really good at roaming, at least to the mid lane with his ulti. Now, most of the time, if their mid laner is like not super mobile like a Pyke, then you should be able to get a kill most of the time. They don't really expect it, especially if you go like right at level 6. But this Pyke is really slippery, so I'm not sure if I ever do roam down. You really should roam down. If you are destroying lane, you should get a team out eventually. Then if they're fighting a lot mid lane, you really need to rotate down with your ulti, and then make that fight like a 4v3 or something. Because Rengar, you're normally going to want to take Ignite. It gives you so much kill pressure. Otherwise, you can't really kill people. Rengar doesn't really have that many good finishers, and people can just flash away easily. So most of the time I do take Ignite, so you really have to roam with your ulti, as they can just TP to fights. It's really annoying. Also, if you're this far ahead like I am this game, you can just mess around with their jungle for a bit. Here I see that the Pyke is missing, so I do back off there. If I did have Volibear earlier, then I would have potentially tried to kill Lilia at her blue, but it's a little too risky. It's really important not to die as Rengar, because dying once can really set your lead really far behind. So here, you don't really want to fight in the minion wave. I see that the Zed and the Volley, we can actually collapse on this, but the Camille actually cuts me off. If you're in a bush, and Camille can literally just never beat you. I get like two empowered abilities off that fight, and she has no chance, plus my Ignite, so she just gets absolutely dumpstered. Camille really can't beat Rengar on a head-to-head fight, just like a slugfest with their ulti in the bush. Rengar just wins that every single time. So whenever you do fight Camille, you're gonna want to be in a bush, or you're gonna want to have your 4th stack of ferocity. So here I'm just messing around with this Camille. I'm pretty sure that this is actually really bad for me because I don't know where the Lilia is, so I do decide to back off eventually. Or at least I should. Yeah, Lilia is in the mid lane, was taking the Scuttle or something, so this is actually really bad for me. If Lilia just went top, that would have been a free kill. I did have ult and flash, so I probably could have escaped, but they definitely should have ganked me there. So once again, if you have your ulti, you should be roaming down to fights like these. This is actually a little tragic that we didn't get the Pyke here, but I think the Zed was coming out of base and didn't have ulti, so it was kind of hard to get both the kills there. At this point, as Rengar, you should be able to carry the game from here. You should be on the map all the time and just being able to affect other lanes besides your own. Because this Camille can pretty much not come back after so many deaths and losing all that XP. A really important thing to do as a top laner is to still buy control wards. You're always just going to want to control ward your tri-bush, or if you go gank someone, you're going to want to ward a bush that may be warded on the way. It's actually really important to have vision to not die to ganks and to ensure that your ganks are successful. At this point, Camille has TP, so eventually I do tell my team not to like screw up or anything. This is actually really bad as Rengar. This happens a lot if you are behind. The wave won't be near the bushes, so they can just stop you before you run into a bush, which is really bad. Rengar needs a bush or he just loses completely. With the bush, he gets the free stack of ferocity and is able to full combo you with the ferocity ability, so you're always going to want to be fighting with the bush nearby. With my ignite coming up, I actually do have kill pressure. I can jump to a minion and do the E flash thing once again, but because I don't have ignite, I don't risk it too much right now. The Camille may have flash up too, so it's not really worth trading my flash 1-for-1. A gank from the opposing Lilia without my flash, it's pretty much just doomed. So here I just poke her down a bit with my empowered E. You can do that whenever they're under tower. And you just chill in the bush, wait for her. Most of the time, especially if you're in lower elos, they'll just stand in your bush range, because Rengar top is really uncommon, so most top laners don't know the jump range for Rengar. So the Camille just pretty much ints there, just waits for me to kill her. Here I think about going mid, but I see that the Zed is probably gonna live, and turret plating is so important in getting ahead. So you really have to evaluate whether it's worth it or not to roam or not, and to just get tower plating. If I saw a potential to get like 2 kills bot or something, I maybe would have tried to go gank, but here Lily is just, that champion is so tanky for no reason. All she had was tabbies, and she was actually more tanky than the Camille with her shield, which is absolutely ridiculous. If that was like any other jungler, like if that was the Kha'Zix, I'm pretty sure I would have been able to kill him there or something. But just because Lily is just so fast, and I don't even know how she's tanky, just unable to get the free kill. You'll see all those like outplay clips of people 1v2ing as Rengar top, but you have to be in the bushes really to do that, and they have to be stupid enough to chase you into the bushes to really be able to 2v1. At this point, my team is doing okay, I guess. My bot lane for sure is just clapping their cheeks, and my mid laner is about even with their mid laner. So you just continue to abuse Camille pretty much at this point. There's nothing she can really do. You can take bad trades too, and then you'll just heal it all up with your W. So don't be afraid to take bad trades as Rengar, because you always have your W to heal it all back up. One of the most like oppressive combos is to just jump on them with 4 stacks and then full combo them, And then when you're done with your full combo, you just empower W and normal W away. And then they literally just can't do anything to you, which is pretty broken. You literally just heal up all the damage they did to you, and you do so much to them. So here, my team is just, this is just over. I'm so strong that they can't even deal with me anymore. And this Pyke tries to go for a little cheeky kill, but little does he know, I'm just built different, so just gets absolutely annihilated. And this man just won the lottery. Like, why is there a blast cone there? I don't understand. That should have been another one of my free kills, but it's whatever. At this point, the game is over, but in solo queue, it's extremely easy to throw, so ways to ensure that you do end up winning this game is to like constantly counter jungle them and just sit in their jungle trying to get free kills and everything. And after you just totally get all their camps and everything, then they just get demoralized in FF. At this point, I do decide to pick up my sweeper just because I know I'm gonna be in their jungle a lot and I want to get free picks. So like I just want people to walk in, and if I actually stand on a ward there, if I stand on a ward in their jungle, then they could just collapse on me and get my delicious shutdown, which will actually pretty much throw the game because my team is really just a mid-game comp. And if this game does go on late, then I'm pretty sure they actually do win. Camille late game is extremely strong, and that champion's just disgusting. Lily is also not too bad, just because she's so fast and a decent team fighter. So once again, you're always just going to want to roam. The Camille's top right now while I'm with my team. I get a little bit unlucky and get stunned there, but this is the jungle. It's over, buddy. Just going to constantly clap their cheeks. Oh my god. Okay. Lilia is not balanced, I swear. That champion does actually so much damage, and she's way too fast. There's no way she should be that fast. That should be like slightly nerfed. But that's my second death this game. That was actually a pretty bad death, because if I don't die there, I can just go back right now and catch the top wave. And I probably would have got another kill too if I just decided to jump on the Bard instead. But you know, it's okay to int sometimes if it's unlucky, and we do end up getting the dragon anyways, so we don't lose any objectives. You always get a healthy dose of inting every game, so just use them wisely. So this Zed thinks he's LL stylish or something, and he's getting put down like a dog. Oh my god, wait, never mind, he escapes. He is LL stylish. So at this point, you can choose to decide to split, which I think I do for a bit, but you're always going to want to be looking at your team and seeing if an ult is possible, because as Rengar, it's really easy to cut off their reinforcements or just to pick them off if they're spread out. So if you're splitting, their team is not going to be all in one cohesive unit, so you should be looking for these picks. So there's nothing, no objectives up, so really there's not really much you can do. You just want to continue to farm anywhere you can. Here I want to go for the Camille, but because all 5 members of their team are off the map, it's really stupid to. It's actually just considered inting, and the Camille is actually blaming the Lilia for losing top lane, even though she inted to me like 3 times. But yeah, that's Camille players for you. I'm pretty sure when she doesn't play Camille, she plays Malphite. So she literally just plays the most stupid champions that are way too overtuned and just prays that she wins the coin flip and wins the game. It's just disgusting players like these. And it looks like my team actually decides to cash in on their inting checks. So the Zed and Kai'Sa die here. Now this is extremely important, just not to int here, but I'm just such a Chad that I know that I can 1v2 these kids. And this is slightly risky by me, but the thing is, I'm so far ahead that you can do this. And I have flash, which is also why I do this. I can always just flash away and not give them my shutdown just by playing a little safe, or just by flashing away. So if I didn't have flash there, I 100% wouldn't have fought that. As Rengar, you need your flash if you want to go for risky plays, because it's so easy to intas him. It's actually ridiculous. The more you play Rengar, the more you'll realize like what plays you can go for and what plays you really shouldn't go for. So there, I really only go for that play because they're both sitting in a bush. So I'm actually super strong in a bush, and I had 4 stacks of ferocity already, so I 100% don't die there. So once again, just Lilia doing Lilia things. Just absolutely dumpstering my Zed. I'm pretty sure she's like super good against like any assassin that just doesn't totally one-shot her. Like even as Rengar, for me to one-shot her, she can't be going like Mach 10 because she can just run away from my my Bola and also my empowered ability after our leap. So it's a pretty good champion, honestly. So here I actually do decide to split just because my ulti isn't up. Once my ulti is up, I'll consider joining my team back and prepping Baron. Now that they got Ashe, this Baron's pretty much free, but the enemy team will likely try to contest. So as Rengar, your job is to scare them away and look for another pick. So here the Lilia actually does get, oh my god, that Pyke is smurfing, but the Lilia still dies, thank goodness. And we get the Baron for free. Whenever you're this far ahead, all you really want to do is look for picks, and then go for the free Baron pretty much. If Dragon was up, then we probably would have played around Dragon. A lot of the times, enemy teams like to rush Baron if you guys are on Dragon, so you do have to be careful of that. Gotta have Dragon or Baron warded and be ready to rotate. Well, at this point, this game's pretty over. Just nabbing a free extra kills. And absolutely dumpstering this Camille's game and life. That's what they get for playing absolutely broken champions. So I go top lane to keep pushing top because mid lane doesn't have an outer turret and top lane does, so you're always just going to want to keep on going for this outer turrets. Once I get this top lane turret, I would normally just split bot lane and go for the bot lane turret. The Camille can't really match me, but the Lilia can rotate extremely fast, so you do have to be careful of that. So you just constantly get these free towers and getting ready to rotate to fights with your ulti. You're super fast as Rengar, so it's really easy to. So here I see that all 4 of the enemy team is on the map, so I do decide to keep on pushing. Here I could dive the Bard, but it's not really that important to. I actually do decide to rotate to my team because I have my ulti and picking off anybody else who comes. The Bard tries to prank me a little, so I go and touch him a bit. This man really thinks he's going to get away from me after BMing me that much. So I just touch him a bit so he knows he's boss. I believe that is about the end of the game. So basically as Rengar, you're just going to want to only fight whenever you have your 4th ferocity stack in the top lane. You'll win every single trade like that. And then you just have to be careful of ganks because Rengar is really easily gankable. So you really have to have like as a jungler, it's really good because I'm able to track the enemy jungler wherever, so I know when I can play aggressive, and that's what you're really going to have to do as Rengar. And then you also can 1v2 most of the time, just make sure you guys stay in the bushes. So this is a pretty free game. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.